I've always wanted my own fur-bearing trout. It's my favorite cryptid, so I think I'm gonna make one tonight. Here's my trout, and here's my fur. I don't really do patterns for anything I make. It does look like this portion of the fur fabric is gonna be enough to make a little jacket for the trout. So I'll cut this off and then I don't have to worry about the rest of it. This is some very thick fabric. Obviously, it's got to keep a trout warm all winter. This trout is smaller than I wanted. He's kind of skinny, so I think I'm going to seam rip him so I can add some chubbiness with the fur, and then I can put the fins back on the outside. So it's all one fish. I don't have a seam ripper, so I just snip really close with the scissors on the exposed part of the thread. Because I'm a real artist. Just kind of snip the threads as I go. I feel like anyone who's actually sewn anything before is screaming right now. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing with these two on the bottom. And then these fins are, the fur is only going to go in this part. So these fins are all going to stay. There. I was having trouble finding a trout that looked like what I really wanted. And I was thinking, maybe I'm just wrong about what I think trout look like. Like maybe I should get a salmon or something, or like a bass. But I was like, no, I really need it to be an authentic fur-bearing trout. Okay, all our fins are free. Like I said, I don't really do patterns. I can see that the fish is made of 4 different pieces. So I'm just gonna kind of copy that with a little fur jacket for him. Every fur-bearing trout I've seen, it goes right until this neck thing that fish have to the back fins, like this whole space. So that's what we're working with. I just realized it really matters which way the fur goes. I almost made a huge mistake. Okay. I think I'm just gonna sew on this top ridge here, and then loop it around that way, and then, I don't know. That's my pattern. That's how we do it here. If I fold it over, I don't have to draw it twice. A little life hack for everyone out there. Oh, flawless. Flawless. It's probably some really good fur-bearing trout ASMR. Should I be talking really quietly? Just figuring out where the fin is gonna go. I'm gonna sew the top part first because that's what I'm gonna look at the most. I'm an artist. It's going really well. Oh, nice. Oh. Already looking really good. This one, realistically, like, it's so three-dimensional. I'm not gonna be able to trace this one. So, not to live life on the edge, but I'm just gonna prop the fish here and look at it and then, like, draw the shape that I think I need. I'll go more outside there. And then it's like better to go bigger, and then I can cut it down. And it's gonna be like a little wedge. Okay, I'll make 2 of those. Before I make the rest of his little fur vest, I think I'm gonna sew this on. I have no idea how I'm gonna do it yet. But you just have to make the first stitch with confidence, and then eventually you'll figure it out. Yeah, sure, we'll keep sewing it like that. What's the worst that happens? The needle goes up under my fingernails? Probably. Okay, boy, fins forward. I love sewing stuff inside out like this because you're just sewing and going like, oh, it's really working, and then you turn it inside out and it looks horrible. I think it's going well. Instead of cutting this, I'm just gonna double back and think more about what I'm making the seam look like on the other side. Let's look at this from the other side before we commit. Oh, okay. I need to hike this up a little, but it looks great in my opinion. All right, now we're coming down the other side of the mountain. Mount Trout. I feel like I sew the way a little creature digs a hole. It's like an act of violence. I think that's gonna look pretty good. Oh my god. It looks so good. Let me finish off my stitches. Okay, moment of truth, moment of truth. You handsome trout. Now for the bottom. Or should I do the back? Let's do the bottom. I'm gonna cut outside the lines, just in case I didn't give myself enough room. I mean, I have extra fabric, so it's fine, but better safe than sorry. As long as they're symmetrical, we're doing okay. Okay, maybe they're not symmetrical anymore. Kind of lost my place. That's okay. It'll all come together when it's on the fish. That's what I always say. There's hair everywhere. I think I'll sew them to each other first. And then the bottom seam can look like whatever I need it to look like. But I am going to reattach the fins at this stage. These little fins that go like this. So that means inside they'll go like that. Okay. And they go like right here. Little fish sandwich. I'm going to put the fin a little up from the edge of the fabric, just in anticipation of the idea that I'm going to double it over when I close that seam. Just assuming I will. There. Lovely. Really feel like the end is in sight. Oh, I'm almost to the final fin. Ooh. These stitches are going at an angle. It's okay, I'll fix it. Let's take a peek. Oh, and it's symmetrical? Yeah. All right, now we just have to kind of smoosh everything together. Cut off some excess for sure. A lot of excess. I should be doing this with a pattern, but I'm just gonna snip some off. Because, as I said, I don't use patterns, the last piece of fabric usually just entails a lot of squishing things together, doubling them over, trimming off excess, and stitching closed. But the end is in sight. Basically, I'm pinning down all the edges of the fur so they're a cohesive part of the fish, and then I can work out the seams after. Getting hard to see in here. It's going to be so satisfying when I have my beautiful furry trout. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done. It's the home stretch. Yes. Oh my God. I think I'm done. Dun, dun, I'm not done yet though, because I still have to groom the trout. Trouts love when you do this. Okay guys, I hope you really love my new trout, and I hope you're making your own trout at home. I guess it just goes to show that sometimes all you need is a trout, some fur, and about 2 hours.